Now, what is dielectrics? Generally, a non-conducting medium or insulator is called as dielectric. Precisely, non-conducting material in which induced charges are produced on their faces on the application of electric field are called as dielectric. Example: air, H2, glass, mica, paraffin, wax, etc. These are the example of dielectric. Polarization of dielectric. Now, what is polarization of dielectric? So, when non-polar dielectrics act, so you note this word, when non-polar dielectric slab is subjected to electric field, dipole are induced due to separation of positive and negative centers. So this is a positively charged plate, this is negatively charged plate. In between this dielectric material is there, and it is a non-polar dielectric. Here we highlighted this word, non-polar. And when we apply the electric field E0 to this dielectric slab, then so here some dipole are induced, and because of that some electric field is created, and it is EP. EP is the electric field due to this dielectric. So E0, you can see here, E0 is the applied field, EP is the induced field due to this dipole. So resultant electric field is, you can see here, resultant electric field is E0 minus EP, because resultant electric field is vector addition of these two, and these two having opposite direction. So E0 minus EP is the resultant electric field. Dielectric constant. By using this, we can find out dielectric constant given for this dielectric slab is given by this formula, E0 divided by E0 minus EP. This is the formula for dielectric constant that you remember. Dielectric constant E0 upon E0 minus EP. E0 is applied electric field, and E0 minus EP is the resultant electric field or net electric field. So this is the formula for the dielectric. After this, polarization vector. What is polarization vector? Polarization basically measures the degree of polarization of dielectric. It measures the degree of polarization of dielectric, and it is defined as dipole moment of unit volume of polarized dielectric, or dipole moment per unit volume. Electric dipole moment per unit volume is the polarization. Or we can write this polarization in terms of susceptibility. So here you can see P for polarization. Xe is electric susceptibility. E is electric field intensity. So where X is the constant, and this constant is called as electric susceptibility. Electric susceptibility is a constant for that electric medium that you remember. And in this formula E is the electric intensity. Now dielectric constant of various material we discuss, the values we consider here. You can see here dielectric constant for a certain material when we are talking about this air. So For air, dielectric constant is minimum and maximum, you can see. Okay, it is for air, dielectric constant is 1. For other medium, dielectric constant having a different value, but these values is greater than 1. And for metal, you can see here, dielectric constant is, for metal it is infinity. Means here you remember, dielectric constant K is equal to 1 for air, but other medium, for other medium, dielectric constant is always greater than 1. For other medium, it is 1. Okay? And for air, it is 1. For air or vacuum, it is 1. And other medium, it is greater than 1. And for metal, it is infinity. Now, new article we have to start, and it is capacitors. So, what is capacitors? Capacitor is a device generally used for storing electric charge. Capacitor is a device for storing electric charge. The measure of ability of conductor to store charge in is known as capacitance or capacity. The ability of conductor to store charges is known as capacitance or capacity. Ability, every conductor having its own ability to store charges, and it is capacitance or capacity. Now you know that when we are considering about an uncharged conductor, as we start increasing charges on the conductor, then its potential also start increasing. So as charge increases, potential increases. So we can write Q proportional to V. As charge increases, potential increases. Hence we can write the same equation by writing constant. So Q is equal to CV, and where C is a constant and called as capacitance, capacity of that conductor, or it is also called as capacitance. So we can write the formula of C. C is equal to Q by V. So we get formula for capacity Q by V. Or you can use capital Q. Capital Q, small q, it doesn't matter. Only here you remember capacity is charged by potential. If I consider V is 1 volt, then C is equal to Q. Means capacity is charge per unit volt or charge per unit potential difference. Or you can write capacitance of conductor is defined as charge required to raise potential by 1 volt, by unit volt. Okay. Capacitance, by using this capacitance or capacitance of conductor is defined as charge required to raise potential through 1 volt or 1 unit. SI unit of capacitance is farad. So farad is the name of scientist. So generally we use it in term of capital F. Symbol is, this is the symbol of capacitance. Or you can write like this way also. You know the formula, this is the formula of capacity. Unit is farad. Or you can write 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb divided by 1 volt. Now dimension of capacitance is L minus 2, M minus 1, T raised to 4, A raised to 2. By substituting dimension of charge and dimension of potential, we get the dimension of capacitance. Capacitance is said to be 1 farad. You can see here this formula. When 1 coulomb, you can see 1 coulomb of charge raises the potential by 1 volt. By this formula we are written this. Farad is a very large unit. Generally, if you see this farad, it is a large unit. Generally, we are not, you can see a unit of the capacity in a problem. Generally, it is in micro, nano, picofarad. Because farad is a very larger unit. So we use capacity in terms of millifarad, microfarad, nanofarad, or picofarad. So here micro means what? 10 raised to minus 6 farad. Nano means 10 raised to minus 9. Pico means 10 raised to minus 12 farad. So these prefixes you have to use to solve the problems. Generally in a problem you can see capacity in micro, nano, picofarad. Principle of capacitance or principle of capacitor. Now consider a plate A. We consider plate A is positively charged. So plate A having positive charge. And one more plate we consider B, which is neutral. No charge on that. Okay. If we consider two plate A, which is positively charged, plate B, which is neutral, V is potential difference. V is potential difference across plate A. Q is the charge on plate A. Then, so you can see the plate A and plate B. Plate A positively charged. You can see here plate A, which is a positively charged, and plate B is a neutral, no charge on the plate B. We consider V is potential across A, Q is the charge on A. Okay. Then capacity. Then capacity is given by this formula. So this is the capacity of plate A. C is equal to Q by V. We use C1. Okay. Step 2 you can see when this neutral plate B is brought near A. When this plate B is brought or is moved towards plate A, charges are induced. Now basically this plate B is uncharged, but when as we move this plate B towards the plate A, charges are induced. Okay, charges are induced on B such that side near A is negative and other side is positive. Means on this side negative charge and on this side positive charges are induced. You can see now in a diagram. So let me show these charges, induced charges in a diagram. Before that, one more point we consider. When the further side of B is earthen, when the plate B is earthen means it is grounded, it is connected to ground. Positive charges on B gets neutralized and B is left with negative charges. Pay attention. So here negative charges are produced and to this side positive charges are produced as per step 2. Okay. After that, as per step 3, if we earthen it, earthen means if we ground it, you can see here, if we connect this plate B outside portion to ground, then these positive charges escape to ground. It means that the plate B live with only negative charges. You can see here, plate B live with only negative charges. Now the net potential of system decreases. Then potential of the system decreases. Here the potential due to the positive charges, and here it is potential due to negative charges. Then potential decreases. Okay, potential decreases due to sum of positive potential on A and the negative potential on B. On B, negative potential develop, on A, positive potential. Total potential is addition of that. So the net potential decreases. Now, whatever we covered in step 2, step 3, that we recall again. So this is a positively charged plate A, B is uncharged plate. Now we have to bring this plate B towards plate A. You can see. Then negative charges on inner portion of B and positive charges on outer portion. You can see here. Negative and other side is positive. Now B is earthen. Means we have to connect B to the ground. You can see here. So here we connected this B to the ground. Then these positive charges, you can see here, positive charges escape to ground. No positive charge on the plate B. So this is the plate B. Only the plate B live with negative charges. Okay. Now I consider here minus V1 is the potential due to this plate. So minus V1 is potential due to this negative charges. And here the potential is what V, you can see. So here the resultant potential is V plus minus V, means addition of these two. So this potential plus this potential is the total potential. So you can see here. So total potential is V minus V1, net potential of the system. Therefore, the capacity is, so we can write capacity of this combination is Q upon a net potential, and net potential is V minus V1. V minus V1 is the net potential. So this is the capacity of this combination. For this combination, capacity is given by this form. But here, if you see this, in this formula, equation 1 and this equation 2. So in equation 1, V is there. Here V, and it's a V minus V1. So if we compare these two potential, then V is greater than V minus V1. As V is greater than V minus V1. It means that from 1 and 2, this C1 is less than C2. So as because of this, you can see here, this V is greater. If this V is greater, then C1 is less. So we get C1 less than C2. Means we have capacity increase. So here the capacity is C1, and for this combination capacity is C2. It means that when we do this type of combination, when we arrange this type of conductor combination, the capacity increases. And it is nothing but the capacitor. Means capacitor, condenser is basically arrangement of the conductor in such a way that the capacity increases. Means it stores large charge, but the potential must be less. You can see here the potential must be less. and that arrangement of the conductor is called as capacitance. I hope you understood this capacitor article, principle of the capacitor. Basically, capacitors are classified into three types. First one is, before this series combination, you can remember the types. First one is parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor. In that parallel plate capacitor, so two plates are there, the plate A and plate B. Plate A is positively charged plate. Then when plate B is uncharged, when we bring closer to this, closer to A, then negative charges are produced on inner portion of B and positive charges are grounded. This is a parallel plate capacitor. Second one is spherical plate capacitor. Spherical capacitor. In spherical capacitor, two concentric spheres are there. Inner sphere, to the inner sphere we are given positive charge and outer sphere is uncharged. Then negative charges are induced on inner portion and positive on outer portion. When we ground it, positive charges escape to the ground. And the third one is cylindrical capacitor. Cylindrical capacitor. So it consists of two coaxial cylinders. A charge is given, positive charge is given to the inner cylinder, and this is the outer cylinder. Then negative charge is induced on inner portion of this cylinder, outer cylinder, and the positive charge is on outer portion. These positive charges are grounded. Okay, these are the three types of the capacitor. I hope you understood this. Series combination of capacitors. We consider a capacitor C1, C2, C3. They are connected in series. Series means one after another. So this is series combination. And the combination is connected across a battery of potential V. Now in series, charge is same in each capacitor. So battery sends some charge Q. So this charge is same on all the three capacitor. The potential is distributed in inverse proportion to capacitor. Now we can consider here. So this charge here we consider small q. Take a small q. Small q is charge on C1, C2, and C3. Potential on C1 is V1. On V2, V2 is the potential on capacitor C2. V3 is the potential on C3. Total potential is V. So we can write by using this diagram V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. If we add V1, V2 and V3, we get V. So we write the equation. V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. But we know the formula of capacity. C is equal to Q by V. Sorry, we can use small q, capital Q, doesn't matter. Q by V. By using that, we get a formula of V, Q by C. So V1 formula we can write. V1 is equal to Q by C1. So why not Q1? Because you can see in a diagram. So charge, same charge Q is passed through all the capacitors. So we cannot write Q1, Q2. So Q is same. So V1 is Q by C1. V2 is Q by C2. Similarly, we can write V3 is equal to Q by C3. You can see these values. Now these values we have to substitute in above equation of V. So we get here after substitution. So V is Q by C, V1 is Q by C1, V2 is Q by C2, V3 is Q by C3. We substitute these values. Then here we can take Q common. So we can take Q common here. So Q get cancelled. Okay, as we cancel the Q, we get 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. And this is expression for capacity in series combination. Now here this is the general formula. When the three capacitors are used, this is the formula. If it is 4, then plus 1 by C4 we can add at the end. So in general, we can write. So this is the formula in general. 1 by C is equal to summation of summation 1 upon Ci, and the I is varying from 1 to n. Okay? This is the formula of capacity in series combination. So if n number of capacitors having equal capacity C connected in series combination. So instead of 3, we consider n number of capacitors. They are connected in series. Then the formula for this capacity in series is equal to C by n. Capacity of one capacitor divided by the number of capacitors. So this is a formula for resultant capacity. Capacitors in parallel combination. Again, we consider the capacitor, three capacitors, C1, C2, C3. They are connected in parallel combination across a battery of potential V. You can see it in diagram. Now in parallel combination, potential is same. This V is same. V is not changing. V is same for all the three capacitors. Charge is distributed in direct proportion to capacitor. Okay. Now we consider this capacitor, this battery send a charge Q. Now charge through this C1 is Q1. Charge through this C2 capacitor is Q2. And this C3 is Q3. In the same charge, now here charge is not same. We say battery send the charge Q and it is divided into three parts, Q1, Q2, Q3. So we can write Q is equal to addition of Q1, Q2 and Q3. So we can write this formula. Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Now by using this formula of capacity, C is equal to Q by V. So by using that, Q is equal to CV. By using that, Q is equal to CV. So Q1 is equal to C1V. We are not writing V1 because V is same for all. Q2 is equal to C2V. Q3 is equal to C3V. And Q we can write CV by this formula. Now we substitute these in the above equation. We get CV is equal to C1V plus C2V plus C3V. Now from this right hand side we can take V common. Then we get cancelled from both the side. Then we get the formula C is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. This is the formula. In general, we can write summation of Ci. If 4 capacitor, then at the end plus C4 we can write. If means here we can say that effective capacitance is sum of individual capacitors here. Now pay attention, if n number of capacitors having equal capacity C, they are connected in parallel combination, the capacity is n into C. The capacity is given by formula n into C. Simple example we can take. So if I consider this is 10 microfarad, this is 10 microfarad, this is 10 microfarad, then total capacity is C is equal to 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30. Or by using the same formula, the three capacitor multiplied by each having capacity 10, so it is coming 30.